Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Austin here, or Luna. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful Thursday. I'm not. My Thursday is sucking absolute balls right now. It is raining. It's cold. I got my toenail ripped off yesterday. That sucked. Yeah, so my foot's like bleeding and it hurts, and I'm upset. I'm in a bad mood. Okay, I have a song called that. I think you guys might like it if you haven't heard it. I also have a new song that just came out. I think you might like that one too. Anyway, enough of me complaining like a bitch. I have a story time for you guys today. Who would have thought that I'd be uploading a story today? I've never done that before. Today's story time, it's a pretty good one. It reminds me of, my old stories on this channel. Very just classic Luna. So I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you do, and let's get into it. So today's story time is about the time that a cop pulled up during a hotbox. Believe it or not, this has happened to me more than once. But this one I'm about to talk about today is the most interesting. The other ones weren't too crazy, but this one I think is a little bit crazy. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. So today's story time all takes place back in 2016. Now around this time, I wasn't even doing anything. I wasn't smoking weed. I wasn't partying or anything. I was just grinding YouTube. Around this time, whenever I smoked weed, it would just give me a really, really big panic attack. So I was kind of on like an extended tea break and just kind of, taking a break. And so around this time, wasn't doing that. Now, this all starts off like any other normal day back then. I jumped up out of bed. I made a video first thing in the morning. I was up really early on this day for some reason. I remember like my sleep schedule for once wasn't cooked. So I woke up at like 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. And yeah, I just spent the day like working on a video and then streaming. And later on that day at about 4 or 5 p.m., my friend Jake hits me up. He calls me on FaceTime. I answer it. He's like, yo, what you up to today? And I was like, nothing. How about you? And he's like, ain't shit. Was wondering if you want to go get food. And I was like, of course. So Jake picked me up. And then we picked up actually another friend of ours that he called on the way to my house. So it was me, Jake, my homie Ryan, and we were just driving around trying to like find something to eat. We didn't know what we wanted. We were all hungry, but we just didn't know what we wanted. And we ended up driving around for about 30 minutes until we found this local hot dog spot that was like kind of close to where I lived. And we'd never tried it before. And we thought, hey, why not try something new? So we ate there, hung out there for about an hour. Food was good, nothing too crazy. After that, we leave, we get in the car. And just as we're about to pull out, Jake looks at me and he's like, yo, you still on that tea break? And I was like, yeah, I ain't smoking right now. He's like, you sure? Because I want to smoke. And I was like, yeah, I ain't going to smoke. And he turns around and he looks at Ryan and Ryan's like, I'm with it. So before I know it, Ryan's rolling a blunt in the back seat. I'm just sitting there in the passenger seat on aux listening to music, and Jake's sitting in the driver's seat just waiting for the blunt to get rolled, right? Now, while Ryan's rolling the blunt, Jake looks over at me and he's like, yo, after we smoke, are you guys down to like go walk around a little bit? Because I don't want to drive after I smoke. I want to like let it, go away for a little bit. And I was like, yeah, of course. So we had a plan. We were going to smoke in Jake's car, turn the car off, get out the car, and then we're just going to walk around. It was a nice day. We thought we'd walk around the town a little bit, maybe get some ice cream or some shit. Just chill, So that was the plan. Now, the parking spot we were in outside of this hot dog place was kind of towards the back of the parking lot. So we weren't like near anybody. We weren't close to the restaurant. I really didn't think anyone was going to catch us, to say the least, right? So anyway, about 10 minutes later, Ryan's done rolling the blunt finally, and they start smoking it. Now, Ryan hits it first, and then he hands it to Jake. Then after Jake hits it, he's like, are you sure you don't want to take a hit, Austin? And I was like, you know what? What's one hit? So I took one hit, and then it gets passed around again, back to me. And Jake's like, you sure you don't want to take another one? And I was like, all right, what's two? So I took two. And by the third one, I was kind of high. I can't lie. All right. Like I had no tolerance at this point. It had been a little bit. I was like, all right, I'm only taking 3. That's it. And I stuck to that. After 3, I stopped. I was like at a comfortable level. I wasn't freaking out. Things were good, right? Nothing could go wrong. Well, 5 minutes later, a cop pulls in the parking lot and he pulls in right next to us. Like there was literally a million open spots and he picks the one right next to our car. Now, Jake and Ryan don't see this, but I do. And I was like, guys, there's a cop right there. And Jake has the blunt in his mouth, hitting it in the driver's seat. And he looks over and the cop is staring right at us. Now, Jake immediately drops the blunt on the fucking floor of his car and it starts burning up the carpet. And the cop gets out of his car and taps on the passenger side window where I'm sitting and says, roll the window down. So I roll my window down and the cop goes, what are you boys doing? And then he backs up after he says that. He's like, holy shit, that's a lot of smoke. And the smoke's just coming out the window. And we're all just like, hey, officer. And he goes, what are you guys doing? And I'm just like silent because I don't know what to say. And so is Jake. And Ryan speaks up in the back seat. He's like, oh, we were just hanging out. And the cop goes, hanging out? Smoking a little blunt? And Ryan's like, yeah, I was, but not them. It was just me. He's lying to the cop right now, and the cop knows it. The cop literally goes, I just saw your buddy in the driver's seat hitting the blunt. And it's not like this cop was like some old guy, right? He wasn't some like old angry man. He was someone that was probably like, you know, in their 20s, later 20s, early 30s, right? So this guy wasn't like old and like unaware of things. He knew like teenagers will be teenagers, and he wasn't actually giving us that hard of a time. He was actually kind of chill about it. So after my friend lied to him, and the cop was like, I literally just saw your friend hit the blunt. He goes, listen, guys, I'm not here to arrest a bunch of kids, okay? I get it. I was there once too. But word of advice, smoking in your car out in a public parking lot, bad idea. People can see you, and it smells. Number 2, you better not be driving after you smoke. And he points to my friend. And my friend's like, no, like, officer, I literally just said before you pulled up, like, I wanted to walk around for a little bit, let it wear off. Like, I'm not going to drive while I'm high. And the cop's like, good. And third and final thing, how much you guys got on you? You got a lot? And my friend Ryan in the backseat's like, I don't have any. And I'm like, I don't have any. And then Jake's like, I had some, but we rolled the last of it into this blunt. Like, that's all we got. That's it. And he holds the blunt up. He picks it up off the ground. He holds it up. And the officer goes, all right, well, you boys are done with that. Let me see it. So he hands it to the cop. And the cop, like, inspects it for a sec, like a fucking CSGO knife. He, like, looks at it. And I was like, okay, what's he doing? Is he about to hit this shit? Like, what's he doing? And the cop just throws it on the ground into a puddle. Just extinguishes that shit. And there was still, like, probably a quarter of it left, you know? Like, there was still a decent amount. And I looked over at Jake after the cop threw that into the puddle. And Jake just looked defeated. He looked sad because his blunt was gone. And after the cop threw it in the puddle, he goes, look, guys, I'm going to go inside now, get my lunch. Yeah, don't drive. Go for a walk or something. Try and kill a couple hours. Don't drive, okay? You guys have a good one. And he walks away into the hot dog place to go get his lunch. And me, Jake, and Ryan proceed to just, like, exhale with relief. And Ryan's like, what the fuck was that, dude? Like, holy shit, I didn't know he was right next to us like that. And it's crazy because, like, after the cop went inside and, like, sat down, I was finally hit with, like, all the anxiety. I was so anxious when I was talking to the cop, but I didn't really notice it because my adrenaline was just, like, pumping. And I was talking to this cop and I was distracted. But as soon as he walked away, I was, like, left, like, feeling all the adrenaline and all the anxiety, and I just started to have a full-blown panic attack, like, just out of nowhere. And I was like, yo, we gotta go walk. Like, let's get out of the car. Let's start walking. I'm freaking out right now. So we all jumped out of the car, and we started our walk into the town, and we went to some ice cream place and sat there, and then we just talked about what happened for, like, 20 minutes. Just in disbelief still. Couldn't believe the cop let us go. Couldn't believe the cop didn't, like, ask for our IDs or how old we were. Like, he didn't fucking do nearly as much as I thought he was gonna do, right? I mean, maybe he just took one look at us and, like, knew that we were all 17 and just, like, didn't feel like pursuing it. But we got really fucking lucky. We were super lucky we got a chill cop because we could have gotten a lot of other cops that would have been like, get out of the car, like, let me search you. Probably could have given my friend charges. Like, you know, it could have been, you know, a lot worse. So we're lucky the cop was so relaxed about it. It sounded like the dude just wanted to go eat his lunch and, like, just wanted to teach us a quick lesson, essentially. But yeah, man, we got really lucky, like, super lucky. And we spent the rest of that day just, like, chilling. I remember we got ice cream, and then we went to, like, this comic book store across the street, and then we went to, like, the little beach area down the street. And then after we were out for, like, 2 or 3 hours, we were like, all right, like, we're all, you know, not high anymore. Like, let's just leave. So we went back to my friend's car, jumped in it, drove back to his house, and then hung out there for the night. And all in all, you know, it was a pretty good rest of our night. But yeah, it had to be one of, like, the top 3, like, chillest cops I've ever met. I've met some chill cops. They're not all super, like, you know, uptight and really, really serious, but this guy just, like, he just seemed like he didn't want to deal with it, so we got lucky. But yeah, guys, moral of the story is, don't be like young Luna. It's that simple. But I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Take his 401k and I'll put it on my wrist. Only wanna sell my fit. Still I pop these pills and fuck my life up. Yeah, I'll take it.